Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. So listen, y'all done got my girl dumped. Y'all just couldn't leave well enough alone. Mary was getting dick down, okay? Until you people came in here digging up that man's child. Listen to me when I say this. It's not funny because I'm saddened by this, but I had a feeling, and I think I said this when I first posted about Mary's man, that she posted him too fast. If you're new to my channel, I cover sister wives, and Mary is this sister wife right here, right here. This is Mary at the bottom here, and Mary is in competition. I believe she's in competition with Christine, and she's in competition with Cody, who's behind me, because she wanted to prove to them that she is worthy of someone else. Because those two, I want to say, Christine and Cody have slandered her the most of all of them. Janelle, not so much. She keeps it real light, and she's like, "We're just not gonna be friends." Christine goes in and talks about how nasty Mary is, and she is. But y'all made her lose her man, and so Without a Crystal Ball was the first person that I saw break the news. But I had been hearing it for a while because she was dodging conversations about Amos. But I got a sense that Amos wasn't here for the long run anyway. So let's read what Crystal Ball had to say. She said Mary blamed the tabloids for digging into Amos's life, publishing some true and untrue details about him to paint him negatively. The U.S. In Touch were the two tabloids that dug into Amos's life. In Touch was the first outlet to reveal Amos's first and last name. They also reported about his multiple marriages and bankruptcy. And here's the thing, Mary. Those are red flags that you should not be ignoring. Bankruptcies and marriages, that just shows you that he is not committed, in my opinion, to one thing. Because when he doesn't want to pay something, he files bankruptcy. And doesn't want to deal with a wife, he gets rid of her. So that should have been a red flag for you. But anyway, the U.S. Sun took things further by contacting Amos's ex-wife, who called him a clout-chasing womanizer that is a controlling narcissist. Now, if this woman is saying these things about him, you should be glad they dug this shit up because you already dealt with this. You had that with Cody. It also has been my position that this is Crystal Ball's thoughts that Amos's last name was leaked to the tabloids by Cody or one of his flying monkeys, which is Robin. Cody frequently leaks to the tabloids to disparage his ex-wives through anonymous sources. Mary has given conflicting statements about her breakup. In a post yesterday, she did not blame the media. She wrote, this is Mary's words, "It takes courage to face difficult truths, yet it's imperative in order to remain authentic to yourself and your commitment to personal growth." Last week, I had to face some hard truths and have some difficult conversations. When we have different dreams and aspirations, different communication styles and values, different visions for our future, and these things aren't aligned, it's then that we need to make hard decisions. Now, excuse me, y'all, I'm done with cold. You shouldn't have launched this man to us. This is how I know she was in competition with Christine here and Cody. Because that man told you from day one, he's a private person and he does not want to be in the public. But what did you do? You posted him right after Christine's marriage and told the world that you were dating this man. Why couldn't you just keep it under wraps? Why did you have to tell us that? Just be happy behind closed doors. So let's watch her on TikTok. This isn't TikTok. This is from Crystal Ball's page, without Crystal Ball's page. Let's watch her stumble through her words and explain to us why she got dumped.
Jesus, you haven't even announced until tonight, but they're already criticizing it.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah.
And I've seen criticism to Amos for dating me, and for breaking up with me. I mean, it's weird. Like, people have said, "Oh, good."
So there should be no new articles. They've already been written
Like,
well before they
no,
broke up.
there was one that I saw last week that was like, "Oh, good for him. He dodged a bullet," about me.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just the weirdest thing. It's like, I'm going to date until I find my person.
Yeah.
I am going to date.
And you need to take the time. There is nothing wrong with dating and taking as much time as you need. Like, it's okay. So, happy girl, can you ignore the criticism? Is what she asked.
I can.
She can. Most of the time, you guys, though, it can be really hard. Like, it's not like just what's on here, right? It's articles that people who are like, even like well-doing, will send to you, and then they're emailed to you, and then people send you links, and they tag you in things, and they private message you, and they text you, and holy Hannah, it can be a lot. It can be a lot.
Yeah.
It can be a whole lot. And someone.
So here's my thing with Meri. Why don't you just date privately? Because if you can't handle all that what the friend said, and I understand that's a lot to deal with, why not just date privately? Why do you have to let us know that you're in love? Who are you trying to compete with? That's what I'm saying. She's competing with Cody, who's behind me, and she's competing with this one. She's competing with Christine. And because Christine has slandered her the most to us and said the most disparaging things about her, and then her kids continue to slander Meri as well. And let's talk about Christine's kids. Listen, I am not trying to discredit anyone's trauma. I do not want that to come across as this. But McKelty, ma'am, until you drop us some receipts and be specific about what she's done to you, I don't believe you. I'm not victim shaming. I don't believe her because here's the thing. Her brother, Peyton, has come out and said that Meri was violent and insinuated that Meri was violent and was physically aggressive towards them, and it was past verbal. McKelty has since said that what he said is not true and that it was verbal aggression. So I don't believe none of them because here's my thing. She could have been just being a parent and may have used an aggressive tone, but not been telling them nothing wrong. And this one may have not been providing them with the discipline that they needed, and we know damn sure he wasn't. So maybe Meri was being the heel. So this one's Meri right here. And so I think that this family has scapegoated her a lot, and she wants to prove to them that she's not what they say that she is. But you don't gotta prove. You don't owe them nothing, Meri. You don't owe us anything. Find your happiness in private because you're going to run into this if you continue to quickly launch your relationships too quickly. I've done this my damn self. I was in a relationship for like 10 years, and I wasn't all good in there, and he wasn't all good. So he ended it, which I'm glad he did because I have 3 beautiful children, one on the way because of this. So anyway, he ended the relationship, and he just blamed it all on me. He took no accountability in none of it, but let him be great. And for a while, I was in the dumps and felt bad because I was embarrassed that a 10-year relationship ended, and I wanted to prove to my family and everybody that's around that saw this happen that I'm not what he says and that I can meet somebody better. So I did a lot of quick launching of relationships on social media just to prove to him, because I knew he was watching, and to prove to his family and to prove to my family and myself that I'm not what he says. But all it did was blow up in my face like it did for Meri. And so, Meri, I believe be more private with your relationship. I say until you've been dating this man for at least like 2 years and you feel like this is strong, don't launch him on your social media anymore. Just leave it be. Leave us in the dark about it. That's all I got to say.